We have a caller. Daniel is calling back, and hopefully Daniel is going to tell us a good ending to his story where he left it off last time. Daniel, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty good. How are all you guys doing tonight?
Fantastic.
Great.
Well, actually, I have to follow up the story about my phone. I'm glad you guys actually remember this. Pretty cool. I ended up, it kept working, and I ended up doing the insurance company, and I paid them $99, and within the next day they sent me a new phone. So I guess, it kind of turned out, like you guys said, probably turned out having to send it back in, but, I got that fixed. So
Well, good.
Appreciate you guys for following up with me on that.
Oh, yeah. So what did you call about tonight?
Well, I don't know if you guys have installed the new Windows 10.
Yes. Oh, yes. Several times.
I missed a few shows, so I don't know if you guys already talked about this or not, but have you talked about any of the privacy concerns
Yes.
involving Windows 10?
Yeah, we have. We've had several shows actually discussing the privacy concerns. What's your concerns about it?
Well, when I first, I have a good friend of mine who, he's, what's the word, savvy
Okay.
with technology.
Okay.
And, he was telling me, hey, you need to really be aware of this sort of ominous privacy privacy problems that Windows 10 is really telling you that they are kind of having with the new OS. And I looked into it. I did a lot of research, and it's a little scary to know, that you get a faster OS that maybe uses less memory. It's faster than Windows 7, but you sort of sacrifice that for something that could potentially interfere in your emails, your personal files, without you even being aware. I think that's sort of getting one thing and giving up another. You understand?
Well, well, I'll let you finish in just a second. There's no question that you're right about that. Now, what you may not know is this week Microsoft has come out and claimed that they're not doing that.
Right.
That's what they came out and claimed this week.
They stated that they take painstaking measures to obfuscate your identity to make it anonymous, and that it's encrypted, and that no one can see it but them.
But now they went in, Bruce. They went in so far as to say is they were not scanning your email.
They said they weren't scanning your email, but they did not say anything about the Cortana searches. They did not say anything about Cortana searches. I don't think they said anything about Skype.
They said that they were gathering Cortana searches, weren't they? Because
but as far as the anonymity of them.
Right. Well, if I may add two quick points into that.
Absolutely.
If you remember earlier when the Xbox One was coming out, Microsoft-backed product, at first their privacy problems with webcam and everything was really infracting, encroaching upon people's privacy. And only after the E3 that came that year were they like, oh, we will not do this, and people were in uproar because you don't be playing games and worry about some big corporate entity being able to confiscate your messages or look at you when you don't want them to. And I actually did a little bit of research the other day, and if I may read a quote,
sure,
that I found online, it's from some sort of Microsoft ex-employee or something, and the proof is in the pudding, some people say. The quote goes, and this is from someone talking about the improvements from Windows 10, from Windows 7. It says, finally, we will access, disclose, and preserve personal data, including your content, such as the content of your emails, other private communications, or files in private folders, when we have a good faith belief that doing so is necessary. So to me, when you use words like that, when you say you're going to protect my privacy only on a good basis, when it's maybe not in my best interest, or you have more of an interest to disclose that information, and I think that's very dangerous.
And I've said that in the past that this was one of those things that say that the government comes knocking on the door and say, hey, we want this data. Microsoft's got the keys to it, and they're easily going to give that up. And this was kind of the whole thing. As far as I had said this before in the past, with the collection of data that the NSA was doing, and so many judges have found that non-constitutional and ordered it stopped. But now, if a business holds that data, they can go and get that information, and then it doesn't fall under the Freedom of Information request.
Right. They don't have to have subpoena to get there.
Exactly. So, it's not like we can find out what was done with that data. So, it's trust me, the Microsoft and a lot of these, Google's done this for a long time as far as going through your email to be able to,
targeted ads.
Targeted ads.
Right.
It's so they can make money.
Phishing,
exactly.
Search engines and everything.
Yeah. So I mean, it's to me, it's definitely a concern.
You should be concerned about it.
Right.
And I don't think a lot of people are aware of this, because my students that I've had that I've brought this kind of stuff up to, they're just, they're bewildered about it. They just can't believe that that's going on. And I mean, I definitely think it's because stuff is so free and it is easy to use and it's just there. They think, oh, this is great, but they don't realize, again, that they're the product. Exactly, it comes with a cost. So
yeah. Well, if I may, just say one more thing. I think when you live in a country who has constitutional freedoms, you have the right. In America, you have right for privacy, and if you have something leisurely, like internet and games and stuff like that. And maybe sometimes you don't put two and two together, that you want to fear a government that might infringe upon your privacy. But in the same sense, you should have a responsible fear that a retail or a corporate entity can do the same thing, and you shouldn't think of it so lightly,
Totally agree. Man, preaching to the choir right here.
Preach it, brother. Preach it.
So
anyway, I guess that's all I have to say, and I'm sorry if I dragged on a little bit, but
no,
hey,
yeah.
Wait a minute now, Daniel, you're our favorite caller.
Yeah, man.
Come on. Oh yeah, we appreciate your call. Trust me, we appreciate your call. Yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate this, and keep doing what you're doing, and talking the good talk and fighting the good fight. Okay.
Yes,
well,
sir.
You have a good evening, Daniel. So glad to hear from you.
Thank you, guys. Bye-bye.
Okay. All right.